I Can't Make This Up is a live show where people from different backgrounds come together to share true stories that have happened in their life. Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up, the show about bringing people together from different backgrounds through true stories. I'm your host, AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. I have a special guest here today. I consider all my guests to be special if they're taking the time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up. So, guest, if you would, please introduce yourself.
Well, hello there, gentle people. My name is Vann. Daley. I am a comedian, improviser, actress, mom, auntie. I'm a good friend. I'm all these things and more. I might sing and dance for a little change. You know, I can freestyle. What you need? What do you need? How are you doing over there with the Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood vibes, getting dressed and ready on camera?
You ain't never seen Mr. Robinson look this fly, ever.
No, I haven't.
Ever.
You're right. Mr. Dunk, you look fly. You're repping your neighborhood well. All of Jersey City should be grateful.
I would like you to welcome our guest for today, Vann. You know, wears many hats, but today is wearing the doobie wrap.
Yeah, I wear many head wraps too. I sure do. I got a whole wardrobe. Like okay. You got your ties, I got my head wraps. What's up? I'm in Minneapolis. I had to rep my alma mater here, Joliet Central High School. What's up?
Now, Vann is going to share a true story that has happened in her life that she cannot make up. While she's telling the story, comment all you want to. Comment. You can just comment on your comment to show that you commented about a comment. But while Vann is telling the story, if you have a specific question, there's a button down there that looks like this. You press that button and submit your question. So if you want to know, does Vann take her doobie wrap and put that as the background and take the background and put that on her head? You press that button down there. Do you pinky promise that this story is true?
Everything come out of my mouth is
all right.
I was trying to catch it. Yes.
All right. Please share this story that you cannot make up.
Okay, so I'm calling this story, Don't Pull That Thing Out Unless You Ready to Bang.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I've had 3 occasions where I've had a knife pulled on me, but the one time I was stabbed, it was not with a knife. I'm gonna work this backwards, though. The most recent time I had someone pull a knife on me was I had lost my little pen. I was patting myself down trying to find it, and the group of people I was with, I'm like, you know, did any of y'all have it? Like what's going on? One of the guys I was with was like, I got it right here, and like flicked out this knife, like it was supposed to make me jump. And I'm just like, put that away. That's not funny. That doesn't make me jump. In my 20s, when I had my first live-in boyfriend, and one day I came home after working some overtime, coming home just to pick up my check. A light to the apartment was still on. I go to the door, I open it, and before I can even step inside to cut off the switch, I see him sitting on the couch. No TV on, just the one light, playing with a big, huge hunting knife. Like with the serrated edges, like the kind that you like, you know, you clean the deer on the spot with and you gut it, like that kind of knife. He's just sitting there and seeing the shock look on my face. He's like, why don't you come on in? I was just coming to pick up the mail, which is the truth. You sure you don't have anybody else with you? Because he had in his head that I was cheating, of which I was not, because I'm a Leo. We don't cheat. He's like, so why don't you come on in? I cash my check. There's a payphone there. And I called my grandmother in Detroit, and I'm here in Minneapolis. And I'm crying. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Baby, I don't know what you want me to do from here. Send some cousins or something. I don't know. Go to a friend's and call the police from there. Do something, but don't go back there by yourself. And I'm just like, okay.
Right.
I go back to work because one of my best friends at the time, she was working there too. By the time I get there, I'm in tears. I can't go back to my desk in my department. So I'm at her department, and there's like a bunch of black girls just surrounding me like, what's wrong, girl? What happened? Who did it? Can you call so-and-so who lives across the hall from me? When I get back to my door, luckily we're both on the first floor, but half a story up, and I throw a couple of little rocks at her door, at her window. She opens her door. I quietly go in. I don't want to call the police on the black man. I really don't. FTP, I still call them. Call them people. They came real quick. And they're like, ma'am, is this him? I'm like, yes, that's him. I was like, I just want him out for the night. The next morning, I get a call from the landlord who says he received several calls about the police coming to my apartment and how come I didn't call him first. Oh, I'm sorry, 70-plus-year-old white man. What were you going to do? We agreed that he could stay for an additional 30 days to give him time to move out. And yes, it was hell. And yes, I would be barricading myself in the bedroom when I slept. That was the second time in my life I had a knife pulled on me. The first time I was 17. And it was a guy who used to mess with one of my best friends, but had a thing for me. She's like, he's crazy, but go. I go over there. We're talking, but I could see the crazy that she was talking about. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no. I need you to not tell her that you were over here. What you gonna do if I do tell her? He goes in the kitchen and goes and grabs a knife and stands in front of the door like, I'm not letting you leave from here until you promise me you're not going to tell her. And I took my hand out and I just gently moved him aside and I opened the door and I walked out. That was the first time I had a knife pulled on me. The reason I had that lack of fear, though, at 17 is because when I got stabbed at 6.
Yeah.
I can't make this up. Somewhere in the vicinity of my arm. I got stabbed in the arm with a pencil by a girl who later became one of my best friends. I'm sitting in first grade, and I see this girl who I knew. We weren't friends at that time, but she looked so sad. I mean, like on the verge of tears sad.
Right.
Eraser. Stick the little, and I put it like slowly in front of her because I didn't want to scare her. And I was just like, look, he's dancing for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can say, oh, yeah. She snatched it out of my hand and stabbed me in the arm with it. That's how I know that if you're going to use a weapon on somebody, you ain't going to talk about it. You're going to be about it. I learned it at a very young age.
Now, I got to ask, when that little girl stabbed you and you said there was lead, they had to take the lead out, do you think that there's like some type of magnet in there to cause 3 more knives to get pulled on you throughout your life? Where do you get this Leos don't cheat thing?
Because we're loyal. We are loyal to a fault. We are loyal to a fault.
This show is meant to find the laughter, like the parts of the story that's like, oh shit, that's funny. But I have to address this first before we go on and like continue to laugh. That is fucked up. And I'm glad that you are able to live to talk about it, because in a situation like that, death could be an option. So for anybody that's going through something like that, I know that each situation is different and certain people don't know what to do, but I would suggest not holding it in and speaking to somebody that you trust, and hopefully and just say that, and just have faith that you will get through this. You do not need to stay in some type of scenario like that, because it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Motherfucker had the Crocodile Dundee knife, from which you explained it to me.
No, it was also like no, that's a knife.
So this motherfucker didn't know about Leos then. Okay, I gotta look at some of these comments. She said I was an asshole landlord. Yeah, for sure. Why
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Probably sleeping. You 70 years old. You go to sleep at 2:30 in the afternoon. Don't do that to me. Go with
like,
God.
sir, like your office hours were until like 6, and you were the landlord / handyman. What you gonna fix? What you gonna fix my relationship? What? Like, what was you gonna do?
Oh, my Leo was a hoe.
Oh, okay. I can't speak for male Leos. Us lady Leos, or those of us that are non-male.
I don't think it works like that. It don't work like that. I'm sorry.
If we're in a committed relationship, like we are clearly.
You see that right there? You see that comment? She was
What?
a girl.
I'm sorry. That comment didn't come through for me. On my end. So.
Thank you.
Okay, but scissors.
What kind of pencil?
It was a number 2. I can't. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I don't know how to pronounce that brand of pencil.
You need to head wrap your arm, okay? We're going to take one of them doobie wraps and we're going to put it around your arm one day to block off all the knives, all right? The grass cutter with the machete. I'm guessing that. The dude that was just cutting everybody's lawn. How did you made it through the 30 days and then it was just like, all right, gone?
He moved out. Just to clarify, when I said he got physical with me, he would do things like pin me between a door and a wall.
Okay.
So it wasn't direct physical contact where he was putting hands on me.
Have you ever considered fencing?
Actually, yeah. When I was in high school.
You should be a knife judge. You should find out if that's a thing where you can go somewhere and judge knives. Like, people just show up and be like, all right, here is a paper that I stored in my house for 3 months, and I rolled it up very tightly, and I present to you this knife that I have here. They be like this, and they show it to you, and then you tell them if it's a knife or not.
Anything can be a knife if you believe in it hard enough.
How would you like the people to remember you?
Well, after all this, I'm thinking they're gonna remember me as the knife lady. But don't. No. Remember me as a very smart lady who has survived a lot of shit. You can feel free to follow me on IG under Mini Hotness. You can also find me on Twitter as Just Vann. My current Twitter handle is Anthony Hamilton's Beard Butter, and that's because I have to work twice as hard to get half as far. I am also...
I think that's the knife queen right there. If she ain't got a knife, you got a knife. If you believe this story, give me a all caps. If you don't believe this story, give me a sharpen your knife. What we have learned today is that if something happens in your childhood, it might show up during the rest of your life in different areas, okay? Be careful, girl, because you done passed 3 times. That's 4 times you had a knife. Now, this 5th time, it might be at a birthday party when somebody's cutting the cake. So it might be like, hey, Vann, do you want the first slice? I don't know, but be careful, okay? Again, my name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you got my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Now, again, my name is AJ Dunk, spelled all caps. Don't forget, laughter's always in style, and let them know, man.